Oh, well, I was supposed to slime them, but
Oh, there you go.
it just showed up.
No, man. Hey,
What's up,
sometimes
everybody? Sometimes
What
you
up,
go
man?
to slime them
Oh,
and
yeah.
you can't slime it. It's not their fault. You can't slime. It's
no.
not
Sometimes
really
it doesn't come out, and you wonder what happened.
Exactly. And you just don't know. Nobody
You're
knows.
like, what?
Man.
Just a puff of dust. Just a puff of dust. You're like, well,
I guess you could say she
Might need
dusted
to
my
mix up-
top.
right? I might need to mix a water or two in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. The mixture's
You know what I
wrong.
mean?
It's all wrong.
Mix in a water. Get hydrated. I'm a mummy.
Oh, my
mummy
goodness.
inside.
Well, we're Turtle Soup, everybody. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, how's everybody doing?
Yes, it's Chef Special tonight.
Chat's been popping.
Yeah, so thank y'all for being here and popping with us.
Yeah.
We
Everybody's in the chat tonight.
got some agenda, some stuff to talk about.
Yeah, no.
And,
no. My boss Easy said, "Hey, there's work to do." I was like,
There's
"All
work to do. So much work to do.
right. We got to do some work.
We do, but we're gonna warm into that a little bit.
Oh, okay.
And, you know how we do here. So, yeah, you doing all right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, doing my thing. My parents are out of town. They're in Europe, and yeah, it's been kind of crazy with the kids, like trying to arrange the kid pickups and everything. It's been kind of like, blip. So that's been kind of my week. My week's been like kind of weird. Went to the Rays game Monday. It was a lot of fun. Went there with Father Preston and got to see a nice win.
Well, that's cool.
Preston yelled at this guy from the Astros because he's a cheater. Because the Astros back in 2017 they won the World Series, but they did so with a cheating scandal where they used cameras to get the signs from the catcher and then relay them digitally to the dugout. And they had a guy banging on a garbage can when like certain pitches were coming in.
Yeah.
You'd think that maybe MLB would like somehow penalize them, but they did not at all. They kept their World Series trophy. None of the players were suspended, and the team like fired their manager and president. It's like, all right, that's cool. So yeah, so pretty big scandal. So obviously, anybody who's on that cheating team, you gotta boo them because they're actual cheaters. And so young Alex Bregman was at the plate, and Eric or Preston yelled something at him, and it was like pretty quiet. Like everyone heard it. Like he said something, I forgot. And then Bregman hits a home run, like right after he says that. It was hilarious. It's like, God damn it.
Dang it. That's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. You see, like, I wish that, like, okay, so like baseball doesn't like come down on them. Like big ball doesn't come down on them, you know? So like that just encourages like more creative cheating, but like not like enhancement stuff, but like where you're like altering your body or whatever, but more like just being creative with what you have. So like sounds and lights and stuff. Like, I don't know. I kind of like that, especially if you take into account like more home court advantage, because then you know certain things like that. That would add another.
That's how they ran that plan. Yeah, they ran that plan at home because they had their whole rig set up. But then it got kicked up again because recently a player that was on the team gave an interview on a podcast or something, and they said something about everyone's upset about the cheating scandal, but that was only for the home games. And the dude kind of laughed, and they were like, "What did you have out on the road?" And he's like, "I mean, we knew what was coming." And they're like, "Really?"
Oh, dang.
And then in particular, so they beat the Yankees in the ALCS to go to the World Series.
Goodness.
And so the Yankees like really hate them over that because that's just like the worst. He had a home run versus this pitcher, CC Sabathia. It was a big game-changing home run. And the guy asked him, "Did you know what CC was going to throw?" And he's like, "Yeah, I knew it was coming." And now that's been like, it reopened the entire controvery because people thought it was just at home. There was rumors that they had that they had like Band-Aids that could vibrate. They were like almost like an Apple Watch kind of thing, but like or tags.
Dang,
that they wore under their jerseys.
Getting like high tech now.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Jeez. Whole 9 yards. Yeah. So you got to yell at a cheater anytime you see him. That's true. It's just what you're supposed to do. Yeah.
Yeah.
But we had a good time. And,
well, that's cool.
Yeah. It is. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. So yeah, I mean, it's kind of been me, man. Like, did that Monday night, and then it's just been straight, just pedal to the floor for you, boy.
Oh,
how about you?
Dang. I honestly don't know. I've been on a high and a low. I've been like on a roller coaster of emotions. Like right now, I'm a mix of everything. I was having a good day until I got a message from eBay that like one of my something I sold like isn't in the mail. Like they didn't scan it right, so I gotta like make all these phone calls. And it was like, of course, it was the most expensive thing that I sold. So.
Oh, gross.
Because I'm decreasing a lot of stuff like of my collection, so I'm getting rid of some stuff. So I got rid of some of my Mortal Kombat Storm collectibles things, and like guys super persistent about it, which is fine. Like I mean, I get it, but like at the same time, I'm like, it's only been like 2 days. Just calm down a little bit.
Yeah.
But there's that. Jeez. But then, and I'll talk about this on the Prime too, because it deserves to be on the Prime as well. But our buddy Jake in the chat and in my heart. He hooked me up with some merch from Sunny Day Real Estate because I didn't get to go, and
nice.
So yeah, he mailed it to me. We did a little exchange, sent some stuff, back and forth. I got some stuff around here. Okay. Yeah, it's over there. But I'm gonna save that for Prime. So because he sent you and me some stuff that we'll have to parse out.
I got some stuff out of that deal?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You did.
All right.
So
okay.
We got a nice personal letter for the scrapbook, and then we got some things in Ziploc bags. Let's just put it that way. Let's leave it at that for now.
Okay.
So, yeah. So Jake, thank you again so much.
Okay.
And I'll thank you again on the Prime. So just be ready for it.
We'll save it for Prime for sure.
But yeah, I was just super excited about that. So that's been cool. Oh, I almost forgot. So I bought one of my grails. Like I spent a little bit of money and I got here. Hey, just stay right there. I'll be right back. I'm not going anywhere. I'm just leaning.
Sure. So, if you come back with half your face shaved, there you go.
No, so Kamen Rider Ryuki. I don't think you got to watch any of that with me, but it was pretty neat. It was one of the ones that they ended up eventually bringing to America, but it was called Dragon Knight, and Kamen Rider Dragon Knight, and it was kind of neat. They had to make contracts with monsters in the mirror. It was very strange, but like really neat. And
that's on brand.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, totally. It totally is. And one of the main antagonists was like, back then they were like, oh, he's a murderer. He's killing kids and doing all this other weird shit. And just extreme. And like they have a whole episode or two that takes place in like a robbery where he goes into a store and it's just like, this is a kid's show. This is nuts. So anyway.
Yeah.
He is trying to kill all the other riders, and he takes their monsters and stuff. But his thing is a snake, and its name is Venosnaker. And I got the Figure Arts version of it, and it is just
nice,
the coolest thing. I'm like, I've been wanting this for forever.
Sweet.
And yeah, I got a pretty decent deal on it. And what's neat about this is that like, and this is the main thing I really wanted. The other stuff is just kind of ancillary, but what it does is that he ends up like killing two other riders and takes their monsters. Well, one of them's a manta ray, or not? Yeah, a stingray, and the other one's like some rhinoceros thing. He combines the snake with those two to form this thing they called Genocider.
Genocider, that's badass.
Just like insane. Yeah, it is. And so I'm like, oh, that's cool as hell. But yeah, so I got this big box, and it's just nice to mark like something off your grail list of things you wanna have.
It's interesting that's a grail piece for you.
Yeah. Mostly because like, it's an imported thing, so it's kind of hard to it's not something you're just gonna see every day. And then it's from a show that happened, I want to say in 2003, so 20 years ago. And
I didn't know it was that old.
Well, the show is that old. I don't think the figure's been out maybe.
The figure looks way more modern than that. Yeah,
it is because it's Figure Arts, so it's been at least in the last 10 years, somewhere in there, and or maybe a little longer. But still, like it's been out for a bit, and yeah. So just finding that in the States and not a terrible price, that was nice, and so it's just. Like I have my eBay saved searches where I like every day I just go through them, just something to do too, just to see. And it's nice to just swipe and just delete it off the list. I'm like, yeah, I got them, boys. So yeah, I don't know, but
fantastic. Well, I mean, if you got a grail, that's on fire.
It is. I'm super happy about it, and my grandma's curio cabinet is going to be very happy about it as well. And have you seen that? Have you seen that meme? I don't know if you've seen it, where it's like your grandma looking down at you, putting your action figures in her curio cabinet, and it's her like in the clouds, like looking down.
Oh no, I've not. But that's hilarious.
It's been going around like all.
That sounds like a very toy specific.
That's what
I don't know if I would have seen that meme.
As I was saying it out loud, it kind of clicked with me that that's. So different circles, but that's just killing me. I'm like, oh shit, that's exactly where that was gonna go. So, yeah, but
I had a moment. I don't even know if I should. Well, I guess I'll get into it. I had a moment today at work that was pretty funny. Yeah. So there's a guy that works at my job, older guy who is like just hopelessly right wing. I mean, just like the guy can't get out of his own way, right?
Yeah.
So him and I always debate politics and all this stuff. Well, I asked him earlier, because you heard Tucker Carlson's out at Fox News, right?
Yeah.
Like you saw that.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. Hard not to. So I asked him I was like, whatever, dude. I was like, how do you feel about Tucker Carlson? He's like, well, I'm boycotting Fox News. And I it was so hard for me not to laugh. I was like, that's okay, cool, right?
Yeah.
So then that ends that. So later I'm just sitting in my office. He walks up, he's like, I just saw this meme. And I'm like, okay. He's like, Now, this changes the entire conversation about Tucker Carlson, the whole thing.
Oh.
And I'm like,
okay.
What?
Yeah.
He shows me this meme, and it says, you guys may have seen it going around. It's ridiculous. It says, this company, do you know about this company, BlackRock? Do you know about them?
Vaguely, yes.
Yeah, they're one of those like shadow companies that just owns a bunch of crap and like whatever. It says BlackRock owns like, I don't know, however, like 59 million shares in Fox News. And it also owns 47 million shares in Dominion.
Yeah.
So BlackRock sued itself and Tucker Carlson gets fired. Something's wrong with that or whatever.
Okay.
I look at this meme and I'm like, okay. This is just so good. This is so good. Because I go, okay. So I literally just Google like BlackRock Dominion. Just because I just want to see.
Right.
Instantly. First, Google.com. You know what I'm saying? Like where David gets his Battlestar for free. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
First link.
That. Yeah.
First thing is PolitiFact saying that that's false because while BlackRock owns a lot of Fox News for sure.
Yeah.
Dominion Voting Systems is a privately held company.
Right.
However, BlackRock does own 47 million shares of a company called Dominion Power Systems. They're an electricity provider.
Right.
So I tell him this, and he's like, "What?" I'm like, "Yeah, like you could come around the corner here, read this. It's literally just says wrong Dominion, dude."
Yeah.
He just sits there like,
oh.
And I asked him on the way out, and this isn't really a political thing. This is literally just the idea of somebody like just takes something what they just get off a meme and they just like call it a day. Like they don't look at it. They don't like look it up. They just go, meme said, oh, this is like earth shattering. And I literally said, I was like, do you ever look up on your own these things?
Yeah.
Like that you read?
Yeah.
And he just kind of looked at me like, why should I have to almost? And I was like, all right, cool. I'm going to get back to work. I was like, that. Anyways. So that was kind of funny.
No, it is. It is.
Just like, man, like,
but I
don't care what side of the fence you're on.
No.
Really, man. You see something, you got to read about it, dude. Like, we're here in the chef special. Everybody knows I'm a huge libtard. I just am. In my little echo chamber, which I try not to be in, but we can't help it, right? Yeah. In my echo chamber, bro, I see memes. I look up every single one. Infographics. Yeah. Someone's like, "Oh, did you know that Trump whatever?" I'm like, "I'll look that up."
Yeah.
Like, even if it's something that I think I'm like, "Oh, damn, man, that looks really bad for them." Yeah. I still look it up because why would you not? If you're gonna make it part of your thing, if you're literally gonna be like, "I'm gonna act on this. I'm gonna talk about this," think you'd look it up. Just saying.
You think,
information literacy.
But I totally get like that. It's almost kind of like flavor fake out a little bit because you're like, oh, I was thinking I was getting this, and then you end up getting that, and then it just gets worse because you're just like kind of like, I don't know, you feel kind of dumb for not doing it, and then but I totally get what probably what he was feeling like. You know, you're like,
it's human. It's human to not do it. Like it's human to look and go, oh, like I've seen this going around.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's human.
Yeah.
I guess the hard part is, you have to like kind of break that way of thinking. I think sometimes, and you have to independently check stuff out, and obviously make sure that where you're checking things out is independent.
Right. Of course.
Right? Because like a lot of people will go from their echo chamber meme and they'll go look it up on their favorite echo chamber website and say, that happened. Oh yeah, no, you know, they're saying the same thing. It's obviously true.
Right.
Right.
So yeah, exactly. Speaking of things that we got to check out, this chat. Let's see. We got okay, we got to scroll back a little bit.
Like, get away from politics. Go.
So
I shouldn't have brought it up. Anyway,
no, you're good. You're fine. I have a joke. I'm trying to run. So let me back this up.
We'll run it.
So okay, we got Jake in the chat, in the toy chat. Well, no, he's not wrong. A toy news chef special. Currently on my office room's floor, building risers for my NECA TMNT toys while having a TMNT podcast on TV. I need to tell 5-year-old me that I made it. Dang, yep. You do. If you could do that,
they say it gets better, and that's evidence it does.
It's true. And to our previous conversation, we were just talking about, I just went and checked on Jake's social medias, and it is true. He is building shelves. So that is actual facts right there. Here on Turtle Soup, like it's verified. So just we do what we say, essentially, is what I'm trying to get at.
We do.
So
that's what we told you.
It's what we told you, and that's what they told us. So there you go.
Yeah.
We got some talk about the waiting music, which I appreciate some of y'all's kind words. But we got to come up with something else, I think, eventually. Let's see. M. Wilson saying their penalty is being Astros, talking about our conversation about baseball earlier.
I say that every single game I go, every Yankees game I go to, every time I see the Rays play the Yankees, I always say on the way out, as loud as I can, so they can all hear me, I go, if they won, I'm like, see, today you won.
Right.
But tomorrow morning, you're going to wake up and look in the mirror and you're still a Yankees fan. You're still Yankees fan.
It's still there. You can't deny it.
It doesn't go away.
Yeah. Do you have to see a doctor about that? Like, is that how you get rid of that? Or
it's terminal.
It's terminal.
Yeah.
There's no hope.
So I guess you could see a doctor to have your diagnosis like confirmed. You know what I mean? Like yes, you are a fan of the overpaid babies, and then you could just go, oh, and that doesn't change, and they're like, well, I mean, not usually. So
yeah. Goodness gracious. Well, yeah.
Just fun baseball fact really fast. The Yankees have 12 players on the injured list right now whose salaries are over our entire team salary combined.
Oh, geez. That's a lot of money. Dang.
They have $300 million in money that's hurt right now in players. And that's more than we spend our entire team.
Yeah. So they're
go ahead, but we still whip their ass. But yeah, go ahead.
Man, that's a little bit more than what we get paid. Here at the show.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, I mean, if you or I were injured, that'd balloon that whole thing right up. Yeah,
exactly.
Absolutely.
Yeah, totally. But yeah, so but I wanted to go back to Jake's post about the shelves and stuff. I saw and I've been having this like feeling, Ryan, in my gut, like so. My wife and I, Shannon, we decided we were gonna stay in our house. We were going to try to move, but as everyone knows, it's kind of hard right now. So we decided to stay. So we unpacked a bunch of our stuff, and I've been putting stuff back in my single 12 by 12 detail shelves from Ikea. And I had the thought that I should get the double wide, that opens up both ways. And I don't know. Maybe it was just like space or money or something, but like, I don't know. I'm kind of like, and Jake, correct me if I'm wrong, and I'm sorry if I'm blowing up your spot a little bit, but like, I think you have one of those and it looks amazing. And I kind of got a little bit of envy going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, not just green from the turtles, but like envy. And yeah.
Oh.
And and so I don't know. I was just thinking about that, and I was like, man, like I don't know, shit. It's difficult with like furniture and stuff. Like, do I get rid of these shelves and try to like upgrade to the double wide? Like, I don't know, man. Like, I'm having a lot of anxiety about this because you have options. Like, when you have the singles, you have a lot of options just keeping it like compact so you can do some different things. When you have the double wide, like, there's a lot more responsibility for like space needs and allocations and stuff like that. You know, like, so there's a lot. There's a lot that goes into that. And because I don't know have you ever had anyone come over to your house and be like, look at your decorations or look at your shelf space and just totally rip you up about it?
No,
that hasn't happened to you.
No.
Okay,
who's done that to you?
I can't tell. I can't say. But his name
someone
like,
rolled up in your.
His name rhymes with.
His name's like what?
Armor egg.
Well,
let's put
okay.
it that way.
This individual needs to chill the hell out.
Yeah.
Okay, because I might have to come over there and criticize something about a coop or something. I'd be like, you got enough chicken shit in this coop or what? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That shit can go both ways.
It's true. It's true. It can.
When did he rip you up? Well, hold on. So what particular did he rip you up about your shelving? What in particular?
It's not really
what happened.
It's not so much necessarily about what he said. It's a little bit of like what he didn't say and just looks just
about what
things.
He didn't say.
Yeah, like just looks and just overall like unenthused. Just and not like disappointment. You know, the thing where like they're like, I'm not mad, I'm disappointed. Things like that. And it's just like, oh, I don't even know what I did wrong. And so, yeah, it's just, it's rough. It's rough. I'm just putting it that way. So, you know, if anyone else is going through that, just know that you're not alone. And, yeah, Turtle Soup is here for you if you need it. So
that sounds like a lot. Yeah. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
So just disapproval.
No,
man. I've never had that. I've never had that happen. I've never had that happen.
No, consider yourself lucky. Like that's
I'd be
a
like,
blessing.
If someone rolled up in my house and started talking about my storage,
yeah,
I'd be like, here, hold half this shit. That's what I'd say.
I gotta find that video because I've been thinking about that video a lot, and I can't.
It's really good.
I gotta find that video again because that was killer. Oh man. So yeah, we got Jake responding in the chat. Yes, thank you. It is a double wide, but it was a pain to put together. I can imagine. And he says, I originally paid for a technician from Wayfair to assemble it, but had to reschedule 3 times because they just straight up didn't show up, and I got my money back. Oh, that's legit. Yeah, that's rough when people make the schedule and then they don't show up. That's just like, what else are you gonna do? Like, what else are you doing? Why aren't you showing up?
The farther I get in life, though, the more I'm definitely like about paying the man versus like toying with crap myself. Like that's been a thing.
Yeah.
Like, I don't necessarily think it's just because, oh, you're getting older. I think it's literally just like, I've done that a lot. Like, for example, like appliances.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
People actually like buy and try to get appliances in the back of a truck and then bring them in the house themselves.
Yeah, no.
And I'm like, for $50, they bring it in and they take the old one away. Right. I was like, literally not choosing that is pride.
Yes.
That's literally all that you are in a
If you can't afford it, that's another thing. But chances are, if you can buy the thing,
I highly doubt you can't afford it. Like, like, especially when it comes to like appliances. Mm-hmm. I'm kind of like, okay, so like bottom barrel. I'm trying to think. Okay, like, 'cause I had this happen to me. So our fridge died during the pandemic, and it super sucked, right?
Yeah, rip.
So we didn't have a ton of money at the beginning of the pandemic at all. Mm-hmm. And I'm sitting here going, okay, oh shit, okay, let's look. I went and got the cheapest. I think it was $800. I think it was the literal cheapest refrigerator that was available. Mm. That was like a full size fridge with like
right
door, water, and ice, because you got to have that.
You got to have that. The essentials.
I think it was like $800. I literally paid $50 on that. If 8 and $8.50 is your like, whoa, oh god, I can't do it. Like Wait,
like just wait a minute.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. So it's normally, bro, you know what I mean? Normally I'm all about like hey, look, like sometimes you get privileged with money and like, you act like, oh, who can't afford a fridge? Like your problem at that point is that you can't afford a fridge, which super blows, and our country sucks for that. But,
oh, absolutely.
Like if you can afford the fridge, man, $50, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like, so I think, you know, if you can't afford it, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Jake says the same.
Yeah.
Oh, and his fridge died during the pandemic too.
There you go.
It was so bad because we had to readjust everything, right? Because, you know, I mean, had to like, you know, we were eating out a ton. So
and that's how you cooled your house, right? Like you just left the fridge open, right? Yeah. That's how you cool your house.
No, long timers that remember the corn stream will remember that we had to switch everything around. We used to eat out all the time. We started cooking every meal at home. So that fridge was full of like that food though. Like it was before it would have been like, all right, like some stuff for the kids for lunch, drinks, this and that, like, and some condiments, and it's kind of over. But bro, we had that thing packed to the gills. So I get up in the morning and I go in to get some tea before I go to work, and I just reach my hand in that hot ass fridge. And so literally like, I grabbed like 2 laundry hampers.
Yeah.
Shoved everything in there and like ran it to my parents' house, and like we tried to shove it wherever we could in their fridge and stuff.
Yeah.
And it was terrible. So I'm sure Jake had the same kind of story, because when it dies, you're like, well,
yeah.
But I tell you what, I get that $50. You know what I'm saying?
That's true. Oh, definitely. Definitely. Not $50. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see what else is in here. Oh, M says that he heard that Krang owns the rest, and I think that was talking about all the Fox News stuff that he owns. Krang owns the rest of that corporation, and I'm inclined to agree. That sounds
I mean,
on brand. Absolutely. Yeah. So yeah, but man, well yeah. So what you want to do? You want to
we got to do toy news.
We got to knock that out. We got to knock that out because some people were asking for it, and so
I saw it.
Yeah, it was in the chat. You saw it with your own eyes.
I did.
Let me see if I can find a. I don't know. Why not do this? So we might get in trouble for this, but we'll see. So I don't think we will.
Wait, stop.
No.
For what?
From Twizzlers. Do you think is Twizzlers going to come after us? It's nothing Turtles related. I was looking for a landing page. So I was gonna, you know how we talked about possibly going through a comic for a second, just to look at some stuff. One of the ads just showed up because I was trying to see if I had a landing page.
Okay.
Yeah, and the landing page is
watch out, because you put your boy through it when you say,
I know.
Get in trouble. I'm like,
as soon as I said it, I was like, oh geez.
So you touch it? No.
Yeah.
Just no.
So yeah. So all right, well we're gonna get into the toy news here in just a second.
We're gonna clip this guy, so we got to put our real faces on, our prime faces.
Yeah. So actually, let me see. I'm just gonna pick another thing. Let's see here. We're just gonna rip the Band-Aid off. We're gonna go right into it. So there we go. We got it. All right. So here we go. I got the image. We are going in a few seconds. Where's the page? There we go. All right, we got news. Toy news.
That's what they call it.
Woo!
They call it news.
They do. And they call this
April edition.
April edition because it's in April and it came via April O'Neil's actress, Judith Hogue. A lot of it did. And as you can see on the screen, it's about April O'Neil version 2.0. Goodness. So take two. We got some stuff from NECA specifically, and you know them, you love them. They are the ones that are supplying our Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles plastic crack, and apparently they weren't happy with the original release of their April O'Neil figure based on the 87 animated series, and a lot of people seem to echo that sentiment. I, however, thought it was pretty cool, but I never did actually find it in stores. And so I don't own it. And but I thought it looked neat. It did look a little short, but I could deal with it. So and April's height kind of ranges you know, all over the place. I'll say that as we went through the entire series on our show, but I think this was probably a good choice to go with a more like taller, just average size. Probably like, I don't know, she's probably like 6 feet, something like that from this picture. Not entirely sure. We don't have measurements yet because all we know is that this is what she's coming with. And they've announced that she will be like other details are going to be coming out soon, but that this is essentially what you're going to be getting. And a lot of people seem to be liking it. She's coming with a lot of stuff, Ryan. This is nuts. Like this is really cool. So we, you know, as you can see, we got a bunch of hands. You got some thumbs ups, which are always good. Like I think almost every figure should come with a thumbs up. You know what I'm saying? Like, and a peace sign, and it looks like she does too. She comes up with 2 peace signs. That's amazing.
Okay, so is there the hand that's in her pocket?
I don't see one.
The other one's given a peace sign?
Oh my goodness. Oh my Lord. I wish
that
so.
took you forever to catch up on. Wow.
That did. I was not there.
Wow.
I totally was not there. I mean, it's kind of ironic that I wasn't there. But you know, like,
yeah.
Don't you think? Oh, geez. I'm skipping ahead. So
yeah,
she's got all kinds of stuff. So she's got one of the pizza monsters, the little pizza monsters. Then she's got the piranha plant, which I vaguely remember from the show because there was so much little nuanced stuff in that show.
Oh yeah.
There's that's the Maltese turtle on the left, I believe. She comes with the hare and the tortoise book. And then what was her aunt's name or her grandma's name? What was that lady's name? I can't remember to save my life, and I was hoping that you would remember.
It was her aunt. Oh my!
Was it Agatha?
Spot around the news. Aunt.
Was it Agatha? It sounded like Agatha.
It could have been Aunt Agatha. That sounds right to me. Because also, I think that looks like the pizza monster as well. The ball boy.
Yes, that's what that is.
Alien.
And
alien kid.
And but I think the grandmother or the
that's a portrait of her. Yeah. She wears that hat. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's where we got.
Wait, does that mean we're gonna get some sewer slimalingus?
Yeah, that's where I was going with it. So
okay.
I was checking those boots.
Okay.
And they are definitely not on the boots. But but she also comes with a tape recorder and a microphone, handheld microphone, channel 6 camera, turtle comm, and then she comes with a couple different heads. She's got like a neutral face, kind of just general like look. She's got a more happier expression, and then my favorite thing is that she has a blindfold, which is awesome. And so like let's see if we can zoom in there a little bit. Yeah, so now we can see.
Is that better. A camcorder or a camcorder / gun?
I was hoping it would be a camcorder / gun.
That, you know, I mean, I know it's not Playmates, you know, but in keeping with the series.
Like that's just, it's so good. But another thing, I think all action figures, especially just really human action figures in a superhero line, should come with blindfolded heads and rope. Just standard issue. So you got the
and a body pillow.
And a body pillow. Like those are the things. Body pillow, blindfolded head, and then peace sign and thumbs up. There you go. And then like just everywhere. And because we all need them. All of us toy guys, we all need them.
Yeah.
So but then she has this contraption that's down here. And I don't know what this was. It looks like some sort of steel book thing. But then we have a couple of other images that actually reveal what it is. So I'm going to save that as a little surprise for you, Ryan. But here she is next to Ground Chuck. And you can see that she's, seeing eye to eye with him for once. And that's pretty cool. And
wow, she's pretty tall then.
Pretty tall.
So I'm looking at my Ground Chuck right now. Like,
but I have a question about this might cause some allegations that come up that he might have a lawsuit. That might be a little bit. He might get me too'd, and that's understandable.
Okay,
Ground Chuck. No.
Can we talk about the thighs and the hips? Can we?
Sure.
Like,
those are 2 of my favorite pieces. Are we talking about chicken or are we talking about...
no, that's a lot.
Yeah.
There's a lot.
Yeah.
I don't know if I like that.
You don't know if you like it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I hate to spoil the party. You know what I'm saying?
No,
otherwise, I think it looks really good. But I don't know what's happening.
Yeah.
Like, does that look weird to you?
It doesn't
like her profile.
I mean, I haven't compared this to her in the animated series to see if it's one for one, but as an action figure person that, you know, messes with this stuff all the time, like that might, that seems, I see what you're saying, that there is obviously some gappage there and stuff like that. And
well, it's okay.
And so, but what I'm thinking is that she might have the other swivel in her thigh that brings it closer together, so it's not as pronounced, possibly, and that could remedy that. But I don't know. But what we have here is obviously, you know, evident on the screen. And yeah, so let me go back to the first image we looked at and see if it's any different there.
It's worse.
So I think that
it's as bad.
It's as bad. Okay. So
okay.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Okay. So what I'm speaking about in particular is, you know, I know that, you know, I mean, everyone here is a fan of Chun-Li. I get it. You know what I'm saying? All right. Like, Thigh Appreciation Club. I get it.
Yeah.
Card carrying member. But here's the issue. So from her waist to her hips, and then the thighs and how wide apart they are placed, like, looks really, really awkward. It almost looks like I'm trying to describe it, like, without saying something really inappropriate, because it's not what I mean at all. It looks like this is the figure you'd have if she was like riding a horse or something. Does that make any sense? Like, there's almost like so in wargaming miniatures, right? A lot of times you have miniatures that are molded to, say, ride a horse, or miniatures that are riding like a motorcycle. That's actually a great example. A Space Marine riding a motorcycle. When you take the Space Marine off the motorcycle and you're painting him separate, his thighs and legs are super spread wide because he's got to get on that motorcycle, right? Like that's where he lives.
Yeah.
For some reason, this is hitting me like she's meant to be riding a motorcycle based on how wide they had to flare the hips out.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm trying to say? Versus like her shoulders. So like zoom up a little bit where we just get like her like head down, so you can still see the hips and the shoulders, like how they line up.
Let's see. Zoom down.
You just warped the whole image.
No, I was thinking that like it looked a little different than what I'm seeing on my screen on the computer than what I'm showing. So I thought that like it might help, and it seems like it might a little bit, but not by much. But you wanted to go down to
go up.
Go up? Okay.
Yeah. So it just seems like the thighs pop out wider than her shoulders are.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what it is. I just don't think from like the belt down, I'm a big fan.
Okay.
Like, she doesn't ever seem to have that look, and the thighs are way too big. I don't know if like that's like a thing. Like if that's like, you know, they don't seem like they seem like they're remolded. They don't seem like they're borrowed from anybody. But do you see what I see, or am I just seeing this really crazy?
No, when you said that the thighs extend past the shoulders, I definitely see that. But it, I don't know. It doesn't seem to bother me so much. But like, I'm trying to like see if I have any other figures around that are. I mean, I do have a Chun-Li that's around, but yeah, I kind of see what you're saying a little bit in that regard. That it's on this figure. I'm looking at the SH Figure Arts Chun-Li, and yeah, her. It's a lot better proportion than this. Now, granted, this I should also mention that this is a mock-up still. Like this is like they've got it, and they probably got like it from the factory, and they've taken some promo shots and whatnot, and they're probably gonna adjust some things, is what they've said. So that could be an issue that they're gonna address. But yeah, I think that like I think it looks a lot less of a problem now looking at this image again. But I don't know. You're right though. It does have the horse riding kind of like thing that they might have molded it that way to you know, as like you were saying in the miniatures thing, like they're done.
It causes her. I mean, well, obviously, yeah. Like I guess the image that we were looking at was widened, because it does look less than that now.
Yeah.
Conspiracy theory. You narrowed it to make it better. Like just joking.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, that's what I did in the background.
But yeah, there's something about the gap happening. I don't know. It's so hard to say this, right? And like not sound like a creep. I'm really not, but it doesn't look right to me. Like it looks like something about the figure. I'm just trying to see her from the animated series, and if she ever had that happening, and it just doesn't seem like you ever really saw April like standing there with these like gigantic thighs, like spread way out, like just hanging out. Like it just, and that's probably the only kind of critique I have about it.
Right. Well, I mean, her legs got to be toned though from all that running and climbing them stairs to get up and down into the sewers. Like she's got to be fit to some degree at least. So I'll give her that. But you could almost say that like she's fit to be tied, Ryan. And thankfully NECA has supplied us with an image of her in Vernon. All bound up.
Yeah, your boy
Vernon. And I don't think it comes with the rope, but thankfully that's easily to acquire. But but still, that's really neat that they put the banded the covered head on there, which is really cool. And so
so does that mean we're getting one for Vernon too, I guess?
I would think. I have my Channel 6 set here, but I don't remember if he comes with that or not.
Does he come with one? I feel like that'd be a bad podcast if he comes with one.
All right, let me look and see because I haven't checked it out in a minute. I don't see it on the back of the box.
He does.
No, I don't recall. He actually does. Okay. He does.
Well then, I stand corrected in keeping with the series.
It's right.
There he is.
It's right there. No, now it's not down at the bottom where it's showing all the accessories and stuff that they come with, which is why I didn't pick up on that. But yeah, I haven't fully opened this set yet because I'm behind on all my toy stuff. So, yeah, but goodness. But yeah, so now you have an April to match. So now we just need a Irma and a Burn, I mean, and we'll be good. So, but now back to what I was saying earlier about the weird steel thing that I couldn't figure out what it was. It's this thing that she's in, and it's probably from a specific episode that I cannot remember because there's just so much of it. But when this figure comes out, I'm definitely going to try to find that. And
you'd think for us having reviewed every single episode of the animated series that we would know of that thing, but I don't recall it.
No, I don't recall it, but she seems to kind of like it. Like she just like if you zoom in on her face, she's just kind of like okay with it.
Would that have been the thing from... No, that's not the thing where like she gets turned into a fish and then nobody cares, right?
Ooh, that might be.
You remember that?
Vaguely, yeah.
When Homeboy makes her like basically a fish, everyone goes ha ha ha, and it's the end of the episode.
Yes. Yeah.
I can't remember.
I don't remember either. Like, if y'all know, let us know in the chat. But But yeah,
a lot of bondage with April.
A lot of bondage with April, and that's fine. Everyone's got their own thing. And then we got one last shot of her in an alley, and and she's just all, hey y'all. She's ready to get that scoop. So I think the image that that you're seeing on our screen is a little bit distorted from what I'm seeing, and that's the thing with these images. It's kind of hard to tell, but overall,
I like the pose. I like the pose. I like kind of everything about it. I just
What do you think about her?
Loban's a little funny.
It doesn't look as bad on our screen, but
she looks kind of like Haley Williams right there.
Oh, she does kind of have a little bit of that going on. So on the image I'm looking at on my screen, her neck is like very, very long, and I've seen some memes about it.
Yeah.
In some turtle groups, and but yeah.
If you wouldn't have said it, I might not have noticed. But
now it's there. So so April ONeil 2.0 coming out pretty soon.
Sure.
So be on the lookout. We also got a couple of other teases. So we got this one, and it's one where we got a little turtle saying Grammy April, and you get a little tease of like the thighs and the knees from this figure that's all grayed out, And this is apparently, if I'm not mistaken, it is from the Lost Years of the Turtles, which I think is not a comic that we've read on the show yet. And I believe it's from some of the IDW stuff. And that stuff, there's no other information, just that's something that they're going to be putting out.
There you go.
So that's cool. There's that. We also got something that you and I are very familiar with, and that's April ONeil and her new do and all that stuff.
The new do.
So yeah, the new do. And this is a Kevin Eastman drawing, and he is they're basically planning a new figure in the comic line, the Mirage comic line. And if it's based off this,
we're gonna get new do like actual like issue 2 April. Basically.
Yes.
Issue 3. Nice. Okay.
So yeah, the little blurb that they sent says, let me see here. It says they started off. This was the first thing they showed off in April. That said that this is by Kevin Eastman himself, and it's for a new Mirage figure sporting some totally 80s hair. This will be an all new sculpt with tons of exciting accessories from the comic. More details coming soon. So there's that to look forward to, and yeah, I definitely like these drawings of April are better than most of Mirage's versions of April. I will say that.
Yeah, probably.
Because they're a little rough sometimes. And let's see here. We got something else, but oh yeah, we got one more thing. Well, a couple more things. So then in the live stream thing that they did with Judith Hogue, one of the guys from NECA, he showed this thing, which is essentially the Judith Hogue movie 1 head sculpt on a body that is sporting the April ONeil 87 animated series yellow jumpsuit that did not happen in the movie at all. But yeah, it's a thing, and they're kind of teasing it as a what if kind of situation where this is something that could happen, and they're trying to gauge like whether or not there's any interest, and that they're kind of going down that route of like we might be able to mix up some other stuff with basically just reusing some of the sculpts that they have and the licenses or likenesses for these people and characters. And so that's kind of cool. I don't need that, but I know a lot of people that love the movie stuff and will eat it all up, and so that's really cool. Yeah. And they also showed this thing, Ryan, and it is an arcade cabinet that's got your boy Pizza Face on the side.
And that is so strange. I used an image of him to the show today.
Oh, did you really?
Randomly.
Oh, that's awesome. Yep. I missed that. Oh, man.
Yep. And he's right there. Pizza Face is right there.
Pizza Face, right there. Arcade cabinet on the side of it. And, here's another shot of it. Yeah. And, so they didn't really explain much about that. They just said something to the effect of it's probably going to come with April, I think is what they were saying. And,
oh, cool.
Yeah. And then they got a little mock-up of what the box would look like down here. And, which is really cool of April. And as you can see, the arcade is in the little, the arcade building under there. And it got me thinking, Ryan, like, what if they made the turtles that were based off of the arcade Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the arcade game, like the actual physical box, because they were different. There was a different April, different turtle look and like costumes and everything.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man. You know me and that yellow Michelangelo. Like
that'd be hot fire. I'd have a look. I'd have a look for sure.
Yeah, I and that April seemed pretty cool too. So I don't know. It'd just be so nice if like they were giving all the Aprils some love. So like whoever that actress was or that model, get her on the live stream and like doing all that stuff. Like that would be really neat. And I would like to see that definitely. But the arcade, I wonder if it has any other like connection. Like that was the only other thing I could think of. So if anyone else knows, turtlesoupshow@gmail.com, and hit us up in the comments too. One last thing from this image though, right to the left of his left ear where the corner of his shelf is in the background. Unfortunately, none of the images that we have this, but I have seen images where he had the propped up time scepter that was from movie 3.
Yep.
And basically teasing that they're going to be making movie 3 movie Turtles. And so that's really rad. So yeah, like they haven't touched movie 3 yet, and so they're still, well, I guess they've done a lot of movie 2 and a ton of movie 1. So the movie 3 is the next logical conclusion. So there's that, and that is a lot of the April stuff that's coming up. I want to jump ahead real quick because I want to save one last bit of April news for the end of the segment. So I'm going to jump to another company real quick, and we'll come back to NECA for a last thing. But I believe our friend Jake, and I could be wrong, it might have been somebody else on the chat a couple weeks ago, was asking us about the Super 7 new line of figures that they put up for pre-order. I believe it was Wave 10. And there was some controversy going around because a certain figure named the Rat King was in it. And all of a sudden, whenever they kept it up for a minute, and then it disappeared, and he was no longer available for pre-order. There we go. And yeah, nobody really knows what happened and what was going to happen, and so there was a lot of like confusion and just questions. So this is the one that they set up for pre-order, and Big Bad Toy Store and a bunch of the other online e-tailers had page landings for this, and now they're unavailable, or at least when I checked they were. So yeah, and then they came out this month and said that Rat King's going to be replaced with Karai from Super 7. And yeah, so I'm just curious, like people were saying that Playmates was getting kind of mad because they thought that Rat King looked like the 87 one, and I don't think he does at all.
Too much like the original Playmates one.
Yeah, but he doesn't at all. He looks a lot more like the most recent game that came out that we played. I can't think of the name of it, but yeah, the most recent like beat 'em up game that they put out.
Shredder's Revenge.
Shredder's Revenge. Yes, thank you. Yeah. And he looks similar to that aesthetic, and because the
I mean, Rat King's gonna Rat King, man.
That's true.
There's a certain point where it's like, the old NECA Rat King, the old Playmates Rat King, like, like shares similarities to this figure, of course.
I mean, they're based off the same character, but this one looks like he's like at least taking a shower and keeps his threads kind of like they're stitched together, but at least he looks like, he goes home and sleeps in a bed. The Playmates one looks like he's just like unhinged constantly and just like is a mess. And
the Playmates one looks like somebody threw up Rat King.
Precise. Yes, exactly. That is a perfect analogy. And what's weird is that Super 7's been the line that you go to for those recreations of the Playmates line. And so it's very odd that they went with this direction. And then all of a sudden it's like, he doesn't look like the Playmates one, but then all of a sudden he's not there anymore. And now we got, good old Karai, which she looks fantastic. Now, I did read that some people were saying that there was an image that showed up showing all of them. So like everyone else that's in the wave. I forget everyone who's in there because the story's not about them. But but it also showed Rat King and Karai in the same listing, and then that got dropped very quickly. Like they took it down very, very fast, almost as if like it was just some promo shots that they had and they uploaded the wrong image, and it was like, oh no, take that down. We need the other one. And so there's a lot of weird murkiness going on with this line as far as the Rat King and this whole thing. So hopefully they keep going, because the few of the Super 7 figures that I've enjoyed them, and they're really well done, and I love the work that they're doing. So I hope that they are able to continue that. And but I just thought that we should mention that hey, if you're looking for Karai from Super 7, you're in luck. But if you're still looking for Rat King, it's gonna be a minute. And so as mentioned, we're gonna jump back into NECA's news to round this out with another tease, Ryan, and we have the fifth turtle. So this just hit me as soon as I saw this question mark on the belt. I was like, oh, I know what that is. Like that's like I couldn't remember like who the actual character was, but I remember that question mark on that belt from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Archie Adventures, the special, I think it's 11. And it's let me see if I got the blurb text real quick that they put out. Yeah, so NECA dropped a teaser, and I'm getting this from toyarc.com. They said that NECA dropped a teaser for their ongoing the April takeover thing. And this is early work of the Archie Comics run Fifth Turtle. No word on anything else except some more deep cut turtle stuff coming out. And one of the other things that I saw that they had shared was that they said that there was going to be some exciting accessories with this figure. And if you don't remember, it's basically this image is teasing this right here. So this is Archie Adventures, the winter 1994. This is number 11, I believe it is. And yeah. And so, yeah, this cover is really rad. And I remember, I didn't remember, I remember seeing it. I couldn't remember for the life of me, Ryan, if we read this or not. And it freaked me out because I thought we're pretty much done with Adventures as far as I can tell.
Yeah.
We might have one, maybe two things in the bag of tricks, but most of it's done. And it freaked me out a little bit. Then I started getting into it, and then it clicked, and I was like, "Oh snap!" So I didn't know if you wanted to like breeze through here real quick with me. Are you good?
Sure.
Okay, I didn't. I'm just to make sure.
Yeah, let's go.
So all about the fifth turtle, and it's just like okay, and yeah, you basically Splinter had a birthday. April's there. Something happens. If you want the whole thing on this, we reviewed this, so just find our episode of it. But
we reviewed this, absolutely.
We did,
yeah.
But I wanted to get to this thing where this is where it triggered. This is where my memory triggered. April's trying to investigate some shit.
Remember Freddie Mercury? Remember we talked about
That's
Freddie
what
Mercury
I'm talking about. But his name,
no, dude,
Tim London. Tim London was his name.
London.
We had such like a trip like talking about Tim London, and that's where it clicked with me because I was like, Splinter's birthday. That I don't think that sounds familiar. And then they're like, oh, this lady, all this other stuff, mutagen stuff. No. And then Tim London is the thing that triggered it for me. And that was it. And I was like, okay, yeah, we definitely covered Tim London. Wow. He got his due. Good old Freddie Mercury looking Tim London. One of Shredder's old men, actually, to be specific.
Yes.
Now, when NECA starts giving us Tim London, that's when you know that like they're getting close to the bottom of the barrel.
They've reached the bottom of the barrel.
Yeah, that's absolutely pretty much it. But yeah, so if you're still curious what the fifth turtle might look like, basically April, spoiler alert, gets mutated, and that's why the fifth turtle is in the April takeover, because she is she's the fifth turtle essentially. And she gets mutated into like a snapping turtle kind of thing. She's got some sharp claws and whatnot. And also her friend got mutated into a flying squirrel, which was really cool. And I remember us
super cute.
Yeah, super cute. And I remember us really enjoying that character a lot. So get on it, NECA. Oh yeah, and like they make an escape. Yeah, and then I think that they give April kind of a is it blue? I think it was blue. They give her a bluish kind of almost like Venus de Milo, maybe a little bit lighter.
Yeah, it's like a little off. Yeah,
blue, sky blue, kind of white looking motif. Like Splinter just had that around, I guess. And so so that's really neat. And I was really excited because before I actually did some investigation, I was like, I just couldn't think of like, why is this? Like, why are they giving us this figure? Or like, who is the fifth turtle and stuff? And then now seeing her like this, I'm like, oh, it all makes sense. And I'm like super excited about this because, I'm all about, the more anything from Archie we can get, I'm all about. And they I remember reading that they said something about some interesting accessories. And so I just wanted to breeze through and try to see, but nothing's really popping out to me that unless she gets this water hose, which would be neat. But like, yeah, I don't know, but still that's really awesome that we're getting another addition to the Archie line and another April figure as a turtle, which is really rad. And I am all excited about that. And so, yeah, if you could think of any other accessories that NECA could include from this comic, let us know in the chat. Email us turtlesoupshow@gmail.com and let us know what you think about all of this stuff. And we want to hear about it. And then I wanted to know, Ryan, do you think that they're going to give Paige Taruko as much love as they're giving Judith Hogue? Because, like, I would like to see some Paige representation because she carries the April character.
I mean, she's in more movies than Judith Hogue is.
She is. No,
I mean, end of the day, I mean,
it's true.
I don't know though.
Yeah. I don't know where she stands on it.
Paige Turco kind of gets like left behind a little bit.
She does,
like in the fanship in general. Like not many people get on there.
Yeah.
I don't know if she maybe hasn't been as like cooperative or like kind of wants to put that behind her. I don't really know.
I don't either.
I don't see it happening.
Okay.
They're in an awkward spot.
Yeah.
And I think that one spot, if you want something for like a little bit of speculation, imagine if they just kind of bring Judith Hogue just into those other movies.
Oh my goodness. No.
Like they just kind of like
that'd be
bridge
wild.
the gap.
That'd be
and
wildly
kind of make it
disrespectful.
What would happen if that? Because they have so much work with her, and they're doing so much with her likeness, and she's become a big ambassador for the brand now.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't know.
Yeah,
because I don't know, man. Honestly, that would be some big controversy.
That totally would.
Yep.
Yeah.
Look, it's like it was supposed to be.
Right.
From a lot of people, right? And I think if Judith Hogue gets one, I mean, because like TMNT one, like movie one,
yeah.
I mean, obviously super iconic.
Oh, absolutely.
Secret of the Use is arguably more iconic, actually. And the reason I say that is just because of its place in the zeitgeist. I think that that 2 had more outright humor in it, right?
Yeah.
I think that's the mark that made a bigger mark on the younger crowd, like at the time.
Right. And it could be because parents would allow them to watch that because it had a lighter tone than the original did.
So it's definitely made more for kids. And I think that
definitely.
Secret of the Use, man, I mean, like that's huge. So why haven't we heard anything about Paige Turco yet then?
Yeah.
That's my thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just saying, because they're already making figures for movie 3.
Yeah.
And I hate to tell you this, but you have your little time scepter. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And in the image in the background, who's that in that yellow jacket?
Right. Yeah. That's still
because that looks a lot like Judith Hogue.
It does.
It does. A different jacket is all I'm saying.
Right.
I don't know if you can pull that image back up, but I don't think I see Paige Turco there.
Yeah.
Like,
well, I was looking for her in the comic and I couldn't find her there either. So,
no. I mean,
no. So
you gotta look real hard.
Yeah.
To have like an X-ray machine.
Right. So yeah.
But yeah, like
back there. Yep.
Right.
Yeah, you're not
They're
wrong.
doing so much work on this, and Paige Turco's nowhere to be heard from. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. And if you really want to get your tinfoil hat out, you can say that they're testing waters on Judith Hogue as 87 animated series April, because that never existed. But so that never happened. So that's Judith Hogue in an outfit she never wore.
Right.
In a setting she was never in.
Right.
So what's to stop them from just shifting it? Oh, it's like she's wearing something very similar to movie 2.
Yeah.
Oh, look, she's wearing something very similar to movie 3. And then those are your Aprils. The more I say this out loud, the more I think that's what they're going to do.
It sounds probable.
It's right.
Yeah.
Because you move the Overton window a little more over every time, because you're like, well, now we're used to seeing her as, Bride of Frankenstein. Oh, that's cool. I never seen Judith Hogue like that before. Okay. So, I mean, that's really the first one they broke, right?
Yeah.
Like, to make her likeness as that was never a thing. She never was a universal monster, right?
No.
Now we have her in the yellow jumpsuit. Okay, cool. Right. And how long before she's wearing what Paige Turco wore in movie 3?
Giving her that short bob, and then
giving her the short bob, and then
traditional Japanese,
and like the kind of the
gi? It wasn't a gi.
gi.
I don't know if it had a proper term, but she was wearing the outfit of the time. So yeah.
So I mean that's just what I'm saying.
Man, I wasn't expecting to go that far down there, but no, I'm with you. Like, I think that is highly likely. That's nuts. But I really want to see some Paige Turco love. Like, I don't know. I loved those movies, and I thought she did a good job in them, especially when I was a kid. Like, I thought she was great too. And so, yeah, I don't know. But what do you think? Let us know. turtlesoupshow@gmail.com. Hit us up in the comments, and and join us on Turtle Soup Prime, where we cover all things Ninja Turtles. So until then, else time. And we're back. Legit.
There it is.
Cool. Well, thanks everybody for hanging out with us. We'll catch up. We'll go through chat here for a bit and see what we got for a few minutes, and then we'll get out of here. But I was not expecting that question to go where you took it, and I'm glad you did, because that was great. Like, I didn't think that I didn't think that far into it. But yeah, you're absolutely right. Like, there's There's a lot to be said there.
We're out here teasing scepters. We're like, yo, bro, it's the scepter, and there's no page news.
Yeah,
because they teased Judith Hogue, dude.
Yeah,
and then Judith was teasing it, and then it took a while to get it made up, and they were talking to her this entire time, and then like talking to Elias and talking to everybody else, and here we go, and like I haven't heard a thing.
Yeah.
And they got a scepter in the background, so they're talking movie 3.
Yeah.
And not a word from her about movie 2 or 3.
Right.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. And they got your boy Ernie already up on there, so like.
Yeah. I'll be 100. I don't think they're under any obligation to recreate Paige Turco from those movies. I don't think there's any like.
Oh yeah, it might be contractual.
You might sit back. Yeah. You might sit back and say, oh, well, like that's messed up, right? And you could see it because it's kind of like, yeah, damn, like we're kind of paying homage and tribute to these movies, and we're trying to get all the accessories right and all these attention to detail, but that involves basically erasing a person, like from the movie, at the same time.
And what's scary is
they can make what figures they want.
Yeah. And what's scary is they can do those deep fakes where they just put Judith Hogue's face on Paige Turco and then the release a fan cut of that. Yeah, this is a wild time that we're living in, y'all. Like, this is nuts. So yeah. But let's see here.
Chat was going crazy. I have to give Jake a huge shout out. He made a naked trucker and T-Bone reference in the chat.
Yeah.
When we were talking about April, and he's like, he just put, quote, "Now I'm on a horse." And I'm like, I need to know, Jake, did you also independently make that naked trucker reference, or did I make that naked trucker reference on the show before and you know it from there?
Let us know, Jake.
Do you remember that, Eric? Now I'm on a horse.
I remember the I don't know. It does sound familiar. I remember that show.
It was literally, it was a second throwaway joke.
Yeah.
Where T-Bone is he like basically like wedding crashes a retirement party. He like crashes a retirement party, and he's asked to he like makes himself give a speech, and it's this long ordeal, and you cut back, and he's like still going. Yeah, and he's like just reciting all this shit, and he's like, okay, and he gets like, now I'm on a horse, and he starts doing this like thing about like whatever, and I say that, oh, I remember from the show before and that you quoted it. Okay, so he's got both.
He's got both. Man,
Naked Trucker and T-Bone seriously was absolutely super like underrated. That show made me laugh more than like most shows ever have.
Yeah, it was pretty good. In the chat, we got Paul Calicote, hey daddies, and fellow Turtletarians. Hey Paul, it's been a while. Missed you.
What up?
Let's see. M. Wilson with the blow up doll vibes talking about April. Jesus, but you're not wrong. You're not. He said he'll say it.
He said he's a. How could you say something so controversial and so brave? You know what I'm saying?
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Because I have felt that vibe a little too.
He says new drink. The heads look really good. Yeah, I think they do too.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do look really good. He also comments the collars popped, which I did not notice that, but you're absolutely right. It totally was.
It needs to be. Collar needs to be popped.
It does. Oh, let's see. That
last image of her with like her like hand on her hip, kind of standing there, it looks pretty good. The angle they had it at kind of made the thigh gap not be as bad.
Right.
And I really liked a lot about the face and the hair sculpt and the paint app and everything like that. So I don't mean to be ultra critical.
Yeah.
Just the waist down looks funny to me. The thighs and the gap between the thighs looks weird. Like it just does to me.
No, don't feel bad, because think of it this way. Like if you made that figure and you sent it to the factory and they sent it back, that would need to be a conversation that would need to be had. Like, is this, so yeah, you shouldn't really, I feel the same way. Like it feels weird talking about a woman, and even if she is plastic and all this, it feels weird talking about anybody like that. But still, like this is this is a thing. It's like when I look at these figures, I'm looking at these kind of like when I see them in the store and I'm like critiquing them, I'm looking to see, oh, this one has this different thing and like the arms are better on this and whatnot. So yeah, it's exactly.
Well, it's some of the sculpt that sticks out. Like it's hard though, right? Because we were recording a news clip, and I'm trying to find a way to say it that doesn't sound like them fucking thighs, fuck you, like some like creep, because that's like what people do,
right?
Like, and so you're trying to come at it from like an intellectual level, say no, like this is what I'm seeing. There's something wrong here, but you're walking into basically every bro, like every sunglasses backwards on the back of the head bro, who's like, you got a problem with them thighs? What are you, gay? You know what I mean? And you're like, okay, like, but they look bad. And like, I think that like one thing that I almost said on there, but I was like, I'm not gonna fire shots. Was like sometimes you can overdo that fan service stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes you can make those thighs that don't quit, but they look swollen.
Mm-hmm.
They look weird. Like, and that's what it looks like to me. It looks almost like somebody was like, oh man, like wink, wink. We're gonna give her those like big like anime thighs on this bad boy. You know what I'm saying? Make her really sauce her up, make her curvy.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, but it doesn't look right.
Mm-hmm. Right.
I'm just saying.
No,
and maybe in hand, maybe different things. Who knows?
Who knows? Jake informs us that he thinks that the issue was that the rumor was that Playmates had the strong. They've been strong arming Super 7 into not creating complete recreations of the old Playmates figures, and then this dropped, and everyone kind of just like shit on it, and because it didn't fit in with their basically their mission statement, of the line, and kind of makes sense. But Playmates is also reissuing their old toys too, which is true. And I found like a whole wave of them, and it was nuts seeing those on the shelf. But yeah, there's something weird there, something fishy. But and let's see, scrolling down, M. Wilson says that I heard Tim London comes with a ton of exciting new accessories. If he comes with a hand truck, I'm buying 2 of them. Like, that's it.
And the toxic waste barrel.
I can make my own, but like
waste barrel.
Yeah, but still, the hand truck, it's hard to find a good one. Let's see. Daniel Caudill says Proto-Jenica, which is, she definitely predated Jenica. And
5th turtle,
Yeah. Let's see. Wilson turned the page. Jesus. Jake thinks that... Oh, this is where we were talking about the TMNT 3 figures. And, I don't know. Like, I really wish that I had on the top of my head whether or not she was down or not, but for this. But oh well. So well, guys, thanks for hanging out with us on this chef special. And if you have any questions or any other things you want to email us, be sure to do that. We're getting everything in the mailbag for May. And so if you have any emails, Turtles Come Out and Fight That, definitely let us know in the emails.
Yeah.
turtlesoupshow@gmail.com. Anything else you want us to talk about, review, or anything we missed, loud and wrong, all that fun stuff, hit us up at the hotline. And we really appreciate it. And thank you all for hanging out. Like, this is always a blast, and we really enjoy it. And we wouldn't be here without y'all. So I think that's everything, my dude. So give me a half a second so I can find a page to end out on. Because so here we go. Okay, I'm ready. I'm ready to actually end the show now.
Okay, sounds good.
Else time.
See you next week.